Okay, let's quickly kick off our discussion segment on the show TMI Monday with a social activist who's been following activities as it relates to the plight of traders in the state. I'd like to welcome very specially the president of Traders Welfare Union of Nigeria, Comrade Lucky Orupe. Comrade, many thanks for joining us on TMI.
Morning.
Of course, the action by the state government to ensure there is sanity in major quarters, major areas in the state has been hailed. Of course, you look at the King Square axis, what is now known as the Ovarame Square axis, has been cleared. And then, of course, recently it was the third junction area in the state that was also cleared. And then the last part being the New Benin axis, which of course have been hailed. Now, the greatest number of people that have been caught in the web of this clearing are traders, especially those who trade on walkways, who you can also refer to as street traders. What has become the lot against the background of this exercise, which is being carried out to ensure that there is sanity in our streets, in our walkways, and all of that. So that's the major thrust of our discussion today. Comrade Lucky, let's begin from the business quickly.
Okay.
This is something people have wished for many years. Some administration in the past made efforts to clear off these streets, to checkmate this problem of trading on walkways, street trading and all of that. This has finally come to realization. I believe, in your opinion, this is something you've also wished for very many years ago.
Yes, street trading is an embarrassment to development. Selling on Tire Road is an embarrassment to development. I was selling inside the market, New Benin market, for 17 years. Upper Mission by New Benin. We know the problem, and the problem starts is 1992, October 10th, when already local government do the first demolition without making provision for the traders. The second demolition, 2006, without making provision for traders by the state government. The third demolition, 2012, without making provision for the traders. You know, we don't support street trading. What we are agitating for is for the state government to build a state international market, because the volume of trading, of business in our state capital here is increasing every day by day. But there is forces that is standing against the government not to build the international market or any market in state capital. The bad market leaders like the Iyagbe and Iyeki, like some satanic landlord around the Benin houses that is benefiting from those street trading or these compelling people to join their union, has been a forces against this vision of building markets. The governor is not the problem. Even the people inside the government, they are not the problem. The problem is the bad market leader.
Okay, let me pause you there. I'll bring you up to speed with that line of presentation that you just made. Yes. But let's look at it. There are stores, there are shops in these markets.
Yes.
And if there are shops in these markets, why wouldn't people make efforts to get those stores? They prefer to go on the street to trade, prefer to go on the walkways to trade, thereby defacing, the beauty of the state, and then, of course, destroying government properties that, huge sums of taxpayers' monies have been used to construct.
As I earlier said, street trade is an embarrassment to development. When you hear that there is shop beside the market, the political traders, they have been misleading the public and the government. When you go to New Benin market, for example, if you check inside the New Benin market, there is a chairman there. We have approached the chairman, which he told us clearly that the shop beside New Benin market cannot contain people that is selling on the road. Normally, we don't call them street traders. Before you can have a shop in any market in state capital, even the New Benin urban market, a Kiosa, you are going to meet a union that will compel you to join their union before you can sell anything. And as I speak to you, we have all over 40,000 traders that is stranded now. You know Okundaye Street in New Benin. You know Edokpaye Street in New Benin. You know Efei Street. You know Holy Cross. You know Lawani. Traders has taken over these various streets that I'm measuring. The traders there, they are all over 25,000. Can they contain New Benin market? Can they contain Oba market? Can they contain our market or Kiosa market or New market? So therefore, the states have to listen to us because idea rules the world. We need international market. And the state cannot just build the market today. But we have a land at Ute where Ogomodia prepared for shopping mall, 1963. If the state can put a palliative measure there to rescue 40,000 traders, the revenue will come back to state and they will use the money to build a Edo State international market. As I speak to you now, a moderator, when you say there is shop inside market, have you ever asked how much to acquire shop inside the market? What we are doing, Traders Welfare Union, is to identify a problem inside the market and tell the government. In New Benin markets, urban markets, Kiosa markets, new markets, I want you to do a research. I want you to do spot assessment to see how many shops we get. We saw a political trader one time come out in television say we have all over 500 shops across our markets. If you now minus 500 shops that we have in our markets, the balance 35,000 or the balance traders, where are they going to do their business? This is the problem Traders Welfare Union saw in 2012. We established market at Costain by Sonoro. And that market that we established, before we established that market, we went to government house, we meet with the chief of staff there, who happened to be the present chief of staff, who happened to be the present state secretary to state government. And he refers because that land belongs to people. And that land is within Oredo. He refers us back to Oredo. We go back to Oredo and meet with the Oredo people. They refer us to the councillor in Ward 7. The councillor in Ward 7 take us to that place. Then Oshomola were doing Silico Road and Usonoro. They were using that place for a dumping site, putting their sand and refuse and everything. When we arrived there, the councillor said, already local government don't have money to evacuate this sand and this refuse here. The Traders Welfare Union of Nigeria single-handedly spent 1.6 million to evacuate and do landscaping and remove traders in New Benin on walkway, Joshua and Lagos Street. Business were moving in that place. People were happy. Okay. Now, Major will come after 3 months and tell us that this place.
No, you're just trying to play down names calling because those you're mentioning that they are not here now to respond. Yeah.
Okay. People come from some Ministry of Environment and said, we want to give this place to people that use trailer to bring orange in Ondo. You know, that is somehow. We now went to his office. He said, if we can pay what those people have given to him, he will leave the market to exist. If we cannot pay, we destroy the market. And I said something that I said, Traders Welfare Union of Nigeria, what we are doing is humanitarian service. And go to that market in Costain by Sonoro. We didn't collect $1 from anybody. We are waiting for government to come and put social amenities and control the market, collect revenue, and build a Edo State international market for us in Ute. That is why we use that place as a safety ground for traders. After 3 months, nobody removed anything in that market. Bring Udeza and Sojame, they grade our goods together and set it ablaze. We still have the video. So the political traders and the bad market leaders in Yeki and Iyagbe, they should stop deceiving the governor. Lucky Benedio wanted to build market for traders. They were shouting in television, we have shop beside our market. Oshomole wanted to build market for traders. He bring white men to build market at Ute. The same land I'm talking about at Ute. When the government prepared for shopping mall in 1963, more than 10,000 acres. Oshomole bring investors. The same Yeki and Iya then go to that place, apply cassava. They were asking the investors to pay for compensation. They frustrate Oshomole's effort to build market for traders. But today now, we have another brand new government that have traders at house, that stop multiple taxation on our market, that stop taxing, that wants to build market again. They are also telling him that there is shop beside market, traders don't want to go. From where we are sitting down now, you access Lagos Street, access Joshua, access New Benin, all the traders that leave that place, where are they going to go? You
said there are about 40,000
traders that are stranded now.
Stranded right now.
Yes.
What did you call me about that?
Okay, now, Traders Welfare Union, we are inside the market. I have done all my life inside market. When we have any problem,
do you trade yourself?
Yes, I open Okrika Bay, I sell Okrika. What I'm putting on is Okrika. Now, the first thing I will do inside our market when we see problem, Accreditation. We take accreditation. As I speak to you now, accreditation is very important in our market. That is why we are saying, if Edo State government can bring 25,000 traders together in Ute and bring palliative measure first, if the 25,000 traders pay 50 naira daily, that is 1.2 million, 1,250,000. If they pay for 26 days in a month, that is 32,500,000. If they pay for 1 year, that is 390 million per annum. That is to say 25,000 traders can generate $500 million for a state government. But the EAP and the EIB is benefiting from this illegality and the evil landlord around the houses. They doesn't want the government to build market. As I talk to you now, the government is losing a lot of money. Why some people smile to bank every blessed day? And they are the study block. They are the forces stopping government not to build market. We meet with the Governor Obaseki. He said, when I appoint commissioner, I will invite you people again. And he appoints commissioner and he invites us. He appoints one of the commissioner. He said, handle this issue. Because the government know that it's a burning issue, an emergency issue. The commissioner was telling me that we are going to do spot assessment to Ute. After 2 weeks, he was not telling me that they want to use that land to build hotel. That is the master plan of Obemudia. My brother, they can swap that land to a State International Market. Let them go and renovate a hotel in GRA, in Okada Avenue. We have so many hotels around Benin. The traders that is stranded today, they are over 40,000. Do you know that in Benin here, we are the 5 states that import, we are not the 5 states that import imported goods. After Lagos, Kano, Aba, Onitsha. Benin is the 5th. But if you observe very well now, nobody bring containers to Benin like that again. Why? Because there is no place to do business. If they establish that market, international market, you will have a terminal where they will be opening containers from abroad. You will have a terminal for farm produce. You will have a terminal for fairly use, closed business. You have a terminal for cosmetics. You have a terminal for phone accessories. Are you hearing me? As I speak to you today, no farmer can sell his farm produce in any market in Benin. They must compel you to join union. We have 538 illegal tickets in New Benin between 1997 to date. We have collapsed several unions. A market where you see, where they will say before you can sell a pumpkin leaf or rice leaf, they must compel you to join union. The last union we will collapse in New Benin. To join rice leaf union and pumpkin leaf, you have to take ID card 1,002, 8,000 for form, 50,000 as member, 59,200. How can a trader now go to inside market and pay that money? These are the root cause of street trading. And you also know now that they have declared New Benin no hawking zone. They have declared Ring Road no hawking zone. Where are these people? Where are they going to be doing their business? Where are they going to make their life? The government is for the people, but the people surrounding the governor for now, they don't have that idea that the traders are carrying. Never again politicians will control our market. Never again community leaders will control our market. Never again will control our market or evil landlord. We the traders, we want to take the destiny on our hand. We want to partner with the government. Whatever the government generates inside our market, let them use it to develop a state. As I speak to you, people are stranded. People are stranded. You dispatch your team, go to a Kesa market, ask a woman that is selling tomatoes, how much did you pay to join a tomatoes market? So when politicians come out in television to say we have shop beside our market, the government should set up a team. The local government is supposed to control the market, but the volume of trading today in Edo State is getting higher. The local government don't have that funding to build a market. If you go to Kogi State, they have international market. You go to Nasarawa State, they have international market. Before we need to drive traders on the road, we build markets. That is what the government is supposed to do. You create a palliative measure before you can evacuate people.
So you're saying, in effect, what you say in effect is that if we have the property at Ute, like you said, was done by the late elder statesman, former 2-time governor of the defunct Bendel State and Edo State, Obemudia. If we have that land developed, that will help to solve this problem, or is a starting point towards solving the problem. But you know, people say some traders are very unruly. What is the guarantee that if you have this place, the traders will move there? See, they would prefer to stay around Oba Market, New Benin Market, Akiosa, where, for example, they think that people will approach them more or they have more customers as the case may be?
See, no trader like to sell on the road. When people say they want to do sharp market, that is why they are selling on the road. I just tell you the problem. The Traders Welfare Union, we are against street trading because an embarrassment to development. When government puts a palliative measure in it and any trader sell on the road again, the government can prosecute that trader. The government can take that traders anywhere. Not now that they have not created any market. I don't know if you are hearing me. They have not created any palliative measure. And the government that we have now is ready to help the traders. But the political traders and the Yagbe and the Yeki, they are the one misforming the governor that we have shop in our market. The government should set up a team. Couple with Traders Welfare Union and local government. Let us go around our market to check how many shops we have. And also check the people that have no shop. People that is controlling that shop. Some of them have 50 shops. Some of them have 30 shops. Some of them have 20 shops. Let the governor still set up a team to check how much they are paying to the local government or the local government or the local government and revoke all the license from Iyeki and Iyagbe and give it to the Igbo man that is trading there. Give it to Hausa man that is trading there. Give it to the Yoruba man that is trading there because they are Nigeria. Not that you be a landlord. You are tormenting traders. At the end of the day, you still come out to television, come inside market, there is shop.
Okay, now, you know, in our world today, one very clear challenge is revenue. And against the background of the economic recession, governments all across the world, you know, looking for opportunities where more revenues can be generated, things can really go at a pace. Now, in terms of revenue, because this ought to be a major source of revenue for local government, because we've also seen the governor giving local governments that leverage to collect their own revenue. So if these markets are functioning as they ought to be, it will be to the greatest benefit to the local government, yes, and to the people of the local government in terms of infrastructural development and stuff like that. What is the revenue potential of this market? If you're moving these traders from where they are now, you said about 40,000.
Yeah, 40,000.
You move them away to this place that you're talking. What is the revenue, you know, possibility, generation possibility?
Okay. Yeah. You see.
Because I heard you mention something like that a while ago.
Yes, I've worked in Lagos, Alaba International Market, as Panda, Badagry Express Road, and Iyaba. I've also worked in Use Market. I work in Sabogari Market. See, the idea, what I saw in Lagos, let me use Lagos for example.
Yeah.
The Lagos modern market, international market, different states contribute. Where you see Enugu State Plaza, where you see Abia State Plaza, where you see Oyo State Plaza. If the state government want to build international market, they can now invite the 18 local governments on a round table that want to establish international market. You can come and build some shops there. You can come and build some shops there. We give them the idea because not everything that I will say here. Okay. When I say it here, they will hijack it. For example, before the governor come, look at this thing in my hand. This is e-payment now, 50-50 naira. Okay. This is why we are very passionate to bring sanity in our market and to work with this governor, Governor Obaseki. Before Governor Obaseki come, we are having 19 illegal tickets in Lagos streets. We are having 11 tickets in Third Junction. We have already fight the 38 illegal tickets in New Benin. So when Governor Obaseki come, he now introduce this e-payment. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, now that's what's on the card.
Yes, okay. E-payment. So this e-payment, when 25,000 traders pay this, for example, it amounts to 1,250,000 daily. When they pay it on 26 days in a month, it amounts to 32,500,000. When they pay it for 1 year, it amounts to 390 million. So the state government and local government will sit down at the table, sit down to discuss how they can handle this revenue. We need more market because do you know why we need more market? If you go to a shop now, for example, in Mission Road or across the state capital, each shop has about 3 boys that is serving on Ghana. When these boys free, where are they going to be doing their business? If government don't make provision down, that is to say they will still come out to carry something on their head or to carry something on the roadside. So we are telling the government, I do not belong to any political party, because the number one arrow they throw, they will say, governor, don't mind that boy, belongs to PDP or APC or Labour. I do not belong, I'm a human rights activist. I'm not intended to belong to any political party. But I will continue to speak the truth. We have some idea to give the governor. We have some idea to give people that is ready to work. Do you know that in Edo State International Market, We can have all banks. They can have pavilion inside there. Coca-Cola can have pavilion inside there. Nigeria breweries can have pavilion inside there. So we have so many ideas to deliver to the governor. The bad market leaders, the politicians, the Iyagba and Iyaki should leave this governor alone. They have been telling people that we have shop beside our market. So we are ready. By today now, we are setting up a team to do all market assessment. And as I speak to you, please, I want you to set your camera and your team to Efeyi Street in New Benin Market, Okundaye Street, Edopaye Street. The committee that is doing the demolition now, information reaching us now that any house that pay money, any landlord that pay, they will leave the traders to sell there. We don't want anybody to sell in the street. Those streets, they are adjoining streets. They are not markets. They are not markets. Okay. Government should relocate everybody to international markets. If they are using that costain as a safety ground, they should not also forget that in 2012, we opened market in that costain. Major Layer destroy it. And the people, they are still in pain. They are still in pain. The organization, the money we lose there, 1.6 million, is still pending. So if they are opening market in costain, because the people that is doing the demolition now, they are amassing people, go to costain. They should...
Is costain free?
No, for now, since Major Loye destroyed that costain, the grass have taken over there. Nobody is doing something there since 2012.
Okay,
The number one beneficiary is to be those people that they destroyed their goods in 2012.
Okay.
Even me, I was selling my Okrika there doing my business.
They destroyed your
stuff? They destroyed. We didn't commit anything in that market. So this shop inside market, we have shop inside market, is a story that they have been using since 1999. And we are very ready to fight injustice. We are very ready to fight oppression, intimidation in our market.
All right, thank you very much. I've been talking with Comrade Lucky Orukpe. He's the president of Traders Welfare Union of Nigeria, an activist also committed to the plight of traders. Of course, just trying to rev up a little bit some of the challenges some traders are facing as a result of the cleanup exercise, which has been hailed by many, an action that has been directed by the state governor, Governor Obaseki, to ensure there is sanity around the city center. Highly commended, but there is an aspect of it that also needs attention, which is settling down of some of these traders that have become stranded as a result of the demolition exercise. We know that he's a listening governor. He certainly will do something about the plight of these traders, particularly against the background that there is a property like the president of Traders Welfare Union alleged a while ago. There is a property at Ute which can immediately be put into use and then be a point where all of these traders that are stranded can actually come together. But for me, the most interesting part of this discourse is the fact that this would just be an opportunity to earn more money. I mean, he talked about 1.2 million naira daily, 36 million naira monthly, and then of course over 300 million naira annually. That's huge. That's huge. Well, let's see how government responds to all of these issues so we can bring the plight of stranded traders to a halt, at least for now. Comrade Orukpe, many thanks for coming.
Thank you very much. I want to tell the people that is stranded in the street now, the traders, that this demolition is going to work out for good, for a better one. Okay. And if he wants to reach us so that you can have a better place for your business.
Well, we may not allow you to go into that. It's not. It's a public service interview. Let's not go to the extreme. But of course, they always know where to reach you because you are always with them. They see you every day. They interact with you every day. Okay, so it's still TMI Monday. When we return, of course, we'll be talking about environment. You can call today's edition of TMI Environment Monday because all we're talking about has to do with the environment.